Somewhere in the Heartland, a familiar voice, once a steady presence in the region's airwaves, has fallen silent, leaving a community to mourn a figure whose warmth and craft touched many lives. Celebrated for bringing moments of joy and unity to listeners, his departure reverberates deeply. Yet beyond the wave of sadness, his passing stirs faint echoes of a past health upheaval, a time shrouded in contention, and questions about the forces that shaped public narratives, including the outlet where his voice once thrived. This announcer was no mere sound in the background. He was a thread in the fabric of local life, his work a bridge between people and their shared passions. His loss carries a weight that transcends personal grief, nudging at broader unease about a period when health concerns upended routines. What pressures did he face to keep his post amid shifting rules? What did others endure under the directives of that era? These linger as vague threads, woven here as idle thoughts rather than firm claims. That time, seen by some as a storm of exaggeration, brought with it a flurry of measures, precautions, separations, checks, now recalled with doubt by many. Voices of dissent whisper that such steps flowed from heavy-handed powers, both official and private. The platform he served, like others of its kind, moved through this haze, though its inner workings remain indistinct. Did those mandates seep into his daily tasks? Did they alter the rhythm of his efforts? With no sharp details to grasp, this account sidesteps judgment, offering only a dim outline for contemplation. During that stretch, the outlet adjusted its offerings amid the upheaval. Its voices carried on, some distanced, others pared down, a pivot cast as necessary, though met with quiet skepticism by some. Empty spaces replaced lively gatherings, yet the broadcasts flowed, with routines reshaped and oversight tightened, choices now seen by critics as overreach. Connections shifted to intangible channels, a sign of wider currents. The operation held steady, bolstered by unseen ties, leaving some to ponder what lay beneath the surface. This lens stretches to the chorus of voices that filled the air then, from local relays to far-reaching streams. Some argue these sources bent perceptions, nudging acceptance of rules now questioned. His story, whether tethered to that moment or not, sparks a faint call to look back. Did the era's dictates brush against his path? No clear thread ties his end to those days, and this tale honors that uncertainty, dwelling instead on the ripple of discussion it stirs. Through times of strain, that outlet kept its audience linked to familiar rhythms, spinning tales, and updates. Some hail this as a lifeline, others see it as echoing a shaky premise. Did it bow to strict edicts? The picture blurs, and we tread softly here. Still, the sway of such voices in framing those days, across towns and beyond, casts a long shadow. What lingers? His exit might nudge deeper thought about choices made, though eyes often turn elsewhere. Some fault the measures as missteps, the messengers as too entwined with hidden hands. Ideas floated here as murmurs, not truths. Answers remain elusive, tangled in debate with no end in sight. His silence marks more than a farewell. It's a faint prod at questions left adrift. Will they ripple outward, or fade into the everyday? This piece draws no lines, only sketches a haze still settling, with all sides held lightly and without resolve.